Welcome, everyone, to Essential Oils for Busy Mamas. I'm so glad you could make it, or if you're taking some time this evening to watch the repeat broadcast or the recording. I hope you enjoy it. And feel free to reach out with any questions or anything that comes up for you. My name is Genevieve Laughlin, and I live in Prince Edward Island, Canada. I've been using doTERRA oils for about a year and a half, a little bit over. And I've had a lot of benefits from them with myself and with my kids. And I've been doing the business actually pretty quickly. I started sharing oils after I got my first starter kit. So I think the biggest thing for me with essential oils is just how much of a tool they've become in my everyday kind of support for whatever work I'm doing, whether it's in my professional life. I'm a yoga teacher as well as a doTERRA leader. I'm a mom to an almost 4-year-old little boy with special needs, and a 14-month-old or 15-month-old, also little boy. And it's been quite a journey to get to where I am right now. But I feel like I'm in this place where I'm tuned into my intuition and kind of my heart around parenting and professionally, more than I've ever been before. Not saying I have it all figured out. There's definitely days where the shit hits the fan. And that's where I pull out these oils. And they kind of help me get my bearings. They give me a second to regroup. As well as there's just ways that I've integrated essential oils into our home life for immunity, for cleaning, and my own self-care that I think are important. There's not enough regulation in Canada around the products we're using for cleaning our houses or our beauty products. And I've become, especially since being a mom, I've become a lot more drawn to knowing what exactly it is I'm putting on my skin, as well as what I am using with my kids and what I'm cleaning in the house. Because I have, as you can see from this picture, this is my youngest son and my dog, and they're running around constantly licking the floor. So I would prefer them to lick dirt sometimes than some of those crazy chemicals, which just kind of summarizes my parenting techniques. I'm pretty chill. So I think to start, this is kind of how I want to start things. So if you have a pen and paper, just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and just so you can make a few notes as you go. And if you're cleaning up or doing stuff, just take 5 minutes right now to just sit down for a few, and I want to just take you through a little meditation just to kind of set the stage. And one thing that I've been really focusing on lately is becoming quieter in my life. I come from a sales background, so I'm very in tune to pushing, reaching out, making things happen. And, the past few weeks, it's been like, I've switched that around. Stop, close my mouth, close my eyes, and take some deep breaths. So let's just do just a few minutes. And so just stop where you are, take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And notice your feet on the ground. So I think your feet on the ground is something that we don't do enough of. So just press your feet into the ground with a little bit of pressure, and notice that pressure, that resistance, that support coming up from the earth into your legs, into your spine. Maybe you sit up a little bit taller. Maybe your shoulders come in towards your spine a little more. And just notice that impact of that pressure through your feet into your physical space, your physical body. And there's a trust, I think, that I come back to. I forget, and then I come back to. But there's a trust when you press your feet into the ground. That's the earth. The earth is there to support you. So think of whatever it is you're going through in your life right now, and we all are going through something. Where you are in your journey. And ask for, well, first of all, start with gratitude. So I know that if I hadn't gone through the hard things in my life, I wouldn't be the person I am right now. So take in a little gratitude for your struggle, your journey. And then also at the same time, ask for support, ask for, or just bring in some trust, bring in some faith that the earth that you're pressing your feet down into is supporting you. In creating your legacy, in creating your best life, and whatever that looks like. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Okay. So guess what? I think we all are busy. I think that's the most common thing when I ask somebody, how are you? Oh, busy. I'm guilty of that too. And we can all be tired. We can all be very tired, especially moms, but also people without kids can be tired too. And we can all be overwhelmed. We are on this journey. You know what your journey is. And I guess what I want to ask and just put back to you is, can your prize in your life be in your process? So it's not necessarily we're in a race. We're not in a race. We're not getting to a finish line. The finish line is death. So let's back up a bit and just consider where you are right now. This day, this year, this month. You're not going to be here again. And that's your prize, is this presence. Arriving where you are. And then in this place where you are right now, you have a choice. You have a choice to, stay with the comfortable. I talked a little bit at the beginning about how my comfort zone can be pushing and making things happen, and it's like I'm in the hamster wheel, sending emails. And there's a choice in that to step out of that comfort zone, step out of that natural way of being, to create a new way of being. And I think with parenting, one of my biggest lessons of having a special needs child, the biggest lesson, and I want all of this for all parents out there, is that you know your child the best. You know your child the best. There's many experts out there. There's many people who will tell you what they think is the best. But at the end of the day, you are the expert in your child. You're also the expert in you. You are the expert in yourself. And sometimes, again, you get into your head about, oh, I can't do that, but you're having this pull, or maybe this thought comes up over and over again, and you're curious about a new way. And And that way is coming back at you for a reason. It's your heart, maybe. So I want you to just kind of write some areas, and I'm not here to give you solutions. You're going to create your own solutions here. So identify areas you are seeking support with. Little typo there, but your family. So we'll start with your family, because I think we can all figure out what we need help with for our kids. It's really like, or your husband, or your dog, or whatever. So it's like 2 or 3 things, for right now, that you're just kind of looking. Maybe it's natural cleaning solutions. Maybe it's a calmer bedtime. Maybe it's a calmer morning. And then once you identify those places for your family, bring your focus to you. And this is challenging. I teach a lot of essential oil classes, and I know there's some of the moms out there, they can't think of themselves. When they hear about essential oils, they think of how they can help everyone else in their life, but you. What do you need support with? And it could be things like sleep. It could be your period, PMS, emotions. It could be a bigger thing, like in your profession, in your job. And part of the power in this, and essential oils are not the solution. They're a tool to get you to the solution. So the power in this question, and taking this moment, this 45 minutes, is to give yourself, to figure out, like, once you know what it is, then it's like, okay, this is where my focus is. And not necessarily using, like, getting online, searching out your answers, being open to discovering the answers as you go. So on that element of, we are all busy, we all are overwhelmed, I want to talk a little bit about this principle of everything after I am creates. So I heard it said a few weeks ago that I is the hello universe, or the divine. So it's kind of like you're asking for something bigger. You're saying hello. The second part, am, is the kickstart. So that's like kickstarting something in your subconscious mind to make the change, or to keep the information the same. So, I am tired, that's telling your subconscious mind, like, that's the only way to be. I am tired. So from this, like, you can choose your own adventure. You can change your subconscious mind. You can create a little more possibility just from that thought, shifting your thoughts. So in yoga, we call, like, something you're working with, like, that's something you want to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months, a sankalpa. So it's an intention based in the present moment of something you would like to achieve in the next 3 to 6 months. So, this is one that I've used many times, and I go through different themes. Right now, this is one I've been using it for months. I got it from a great book, The Big Leap, from Gay Hendricks, which I've listened to on audio, and I've also read multiple times. And I create abundance, love, and success, and I inspire those qualities in those around me. And this is my mantra. So this is when I go to bed at night, I say this. When I wake up in the morning, I say this. When I'm walking the dog, I say this. I'm training my subconscious mind. So that's my toolkit, my yoga toolkit. Some of my yoga toolkit that I wanted to share. And let's move into the essential oils portion. So first of all, what are essential oils? So essential oils are steam distilled aromatic compounds that come from plants, trees, or flowers. They're yeah. Was there a question? Actually, I think I will just mute so we can. And my son has decided not to nap. I can hear him in the background. So what are essential oils? Why? So they are steam distilled aromatic compounds from plants, trees, flowers. So doTERRA essential oils. So doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world, and they take the quality of their oils very seriously. I've been to 2 of their conventions in Utah, and the conventions focus a lot on the way that they're supporting the world, the planet globally, the producers of where they get their oils from, all over, like from a lot of developing worlds, where a lot of developing countries, where they're putting money back into the community. They're paying a fair price for the oils that they're getting from the producers. They're also quite serious about the quality of their oils. Each oil is tested from a third-party lab. And they're also very serious about how they treat their wellness advocates, to their employees, and the footprint they're leaving on the earth. So that aligns with my legacy. That aligns with my principles. So you can also go onto doTERRA.com, and all of that information is there. So I'm not going to go over that in much more detail, but they are a fantastic company. And their quality, when you think about using essential oils, because they're highly concentrated. So 1 drop of peppermint is equal to, I think it's like 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're highly concentrated. You don't want to just be going and buying oils from anywhere. Their essential oils are not legislated. There's no governing body. So it really is up to the company to show their quality. And as essential oils are hitting the mainstream, and they have, it is one of those things that, you know, I want to know if I'm using these on my kids, my young kids, that the quality, there's no question in the quality. So, and doTERRA is that for me. So how do you use essential oils? So there's 3 ways. There's an aromatic way, topical way, and internal use. Aromatic would be something like this. So this is a diffuser, an essential oil diffuser. So when you diffuse essential oils in the air, it actually changes the chemical compound in the room. So it can lift the energy up. It can also soothe the energy. So this is probably using essential oils aromatically is the easiest way to use essential oils. I have diffuser in my boys' bedrooms. As we're getting ready for bed, as we're getting the bath ready, I put like a few drops of oil. Lavender usually is a big one in our house, or another one, Easy Air, and I just have it running while we're getting things ready for bed. And I notice a significant change in the calmness in the area. Also in the mornings, I will use the diffuser downstairs while we're getting ready in the mornings. I'll also use it. I have them all over my house. So I have one. So I have one in the kitchen. So at dinner time, I'll use a more calming oil. And for me, I noticed a difference right away in the quality of my sleep when I started using a diffuser in my room for going to sleep. So it's a very simple way to get the emotional benefits of essential oils into your environment. Another way, so their soothing would be lavender, energizing are more the citrus oils. Another way to just simply use it aromatically is a few drops in your hand and to take a big breath in from your hands. Topical application. So I talked a little bit about our intuition, and as moms, creating and getting out of our head thoughts and into our hearts. So in my opinion, this is how I use oils for myself personally, and this is how I find I get the most support to get out of my brain and more into my physical body. So I will just apply a few drops on my heart, behind the back of my skull, the occiput, on the wrists, on my wrists, or behind my ears, like the pulse points, almost like a perfume. I've also heard some people like it on their low back for added support there. It's very intuitive, and there's different types of oils, and some of them you can put on directly on your skin, and we call that neat, applying them neat. And some of them you need to mix with a carrier oil if they're a hotter oil, like a cinnamon is a hot oil, or oregano. So I'm going to go into some of the specific, I think the more popular oils and the ones that I use the most as a mom. Lemon is one. So I mentioned a little bit about citrus being energizing. And the third way to use oils, and lemon is a great way. Lemon is one that you can take internally. So it will say on the bottle if you can take an oil internally. Lemon is one that I take in the morning when I first get up for energizing. So it's very good for digestion, and it's also kind of cleanses and clears you out a bit. It's also a really good one for cleaning in the house. The other cool thing, since doTERRA launched in Canada in June, 20 of their oils have become natural health products through Health Canada. So Health Canada says so that these are considered natural health products. doTERRA has the highest number of essential oils that are natural health products with Health Canada. So lemon is one of those natural health products. So that's pretty cool too. The next oil is lavender. So lavender is, I think, there's 3 oils we probably use the most in our house. Lavender is one of those 3. So lavender is calming. When I first started using lavender, I thought it would just put me to sleep in the middle of the day. It just relaxed me so much. Now I realize it just kind of sets the mood. So I use it in my kids' baths with a little drop of carrier oil. It'll spread in the water a little better that way. I also will use it in the diffuser. I use it on myself topically, just to calm myself down if I'm feeling overwhelmed. Just taking a deep breath of lavender is wonderful. The other thing about lavender that I love is it's great for skin irritation. So like a burn or a sunburn or mosquito bite, like that kind of stuff. It's a natural product. You can mix that with your carrier oil, like a fractionated coconut oil, which doTERRA sells. And you're only using 2 things on your child's skin, which that to me is a really, that's simple for me. There's not a huge list of ingredients on the bottle that I don't know what they are. Peppermint. So peppermint is another natural health product, along with lemon and lavender. Peppermint is a great one in the diffuser. It's also really good for energizing. I love it. For me, I do tend to just get sinusy stuff. So along my temples, I find, or just any kind of relieving kind of colds and coughs, peppermint is really handy for that. It's a hot oil, so if you're using it with your kids, you want to dilute it. And they say about 1 tablespoon of carrier oil, so a high quality vegetable oil, with 1 drop of oil. Tea tree. So this is one, I think we all have heard of tea tree before, but their tea tree is also a natural health product. It's great for the occasional zit. It's good for, again, skin irritations. It's astringent. It's also really antibacterial, so great for cold and flu season if you were to gargle with it, making your own mouthwash. So that's another like handy one just to have in your mom's toolkit. Frankincense. So frankincense, I wasn't too sure about how I would use at the beginning when I got my starter pack. But it's come to be one of my favorite self-care, take care of me oils. And what I do with frankincense is I mix it with fractionated coconut oil, and I do oil cleansing on my skin. So I do that first thing in the morning. I'll oil cleanse with frankincense, and then I'll exfoliate my skin. And my skin has never felt better. It's also, I've had girlfriends tell me it's been great for scarring. So it's just really, it's a perfect anti-aging oil, but it's also, at the same time, it's going to make your skin feel better than it did before. Frankincense, you can use it in your diffuser. It's great for calming. So this is like the treat one for moms. And I would also say with frankincense, is that again, it comes back to those principles of how many ingredients are you using on your skin. So when I'm cleaning my face with frankincense and fractionated coconut oil, that's two things, only two things taking care of my skin. So that in itself is really nice. Easy Air. So Easy Air was the first oil that I discovered, and it is one that I think you need if your children are out in the world. It's their respiratory blend. So it's called Easy Air in Canada, Breathe in the US. And what I find with Easy Air is it's great for the diffuser. So you would only use this aromatically, or you could use it topically on your kids mixed with a carrier oil. And it's got laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, melaleuca, lemon peel, ravensara, cardamom. So all of these ones are going to clear out your sinuses. Smells divine. OnGuard. So OnGuard is another one that I use a lot, especially with my older son. He's very sensitive, and I find just going with the transition, he started in a new school in September. So it's kind of twofold for me. I find it helps him. It's because it's a protective blend. It helps him with his immunity around daycare germs. So I rub it in with a carrier oil into his feet. I'll also diffuse it in the house in the mornings. But I also think just on an emotional level, one of my favorite books is this Emotions and Essential Oils. And the OnGuard, I use it too for this reason. But the protective blend strengthens one's immune system. And it also just gives you a little added protection from negative energies. That's my 2 cents on OnGuard. I love it. And it's also a great oil for cleaning. So mix well with vinegar and water, and there you go. There's your all-purpose cleaner. Then 2 other oils I'm going to just highlight around emotions for mamas. So Clary Calm. This is amazing. So if you have any PMS or tougher periods, Clary Calm is, all I do is it comes in a roller ball. I roll it onto my low belly, or again, pulse points behind my ears, back of my neck, heart area. And I just find it helps my periods much more than any other drug or anything I've ever used. So I've used naproxen. I have mild endometriosis. So I've had prescribed painkillers for period cramps before, and this is amazing. So Clary Calm. The other mood oil is Balance. So this is grounding. This is a grounding oil. It's a very light smelling oil. It's got wood. It's more of a wood you just definitely smell the forest when you get balance. So spruce needle, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy flower, blue chamomile. And so so you can diffuse it. I like the feet as a way to, like, if you're really upset. They had a great speaker at the convention who was talking about, like, setting yourself up for success in the day. So if you know it's going to be a high stress day, and I've had this happen, and I know I need extra grounding, I need just extra support. So balance is one of those oils. I'll mix it with my coconut oil, rub it into my feet. I might add lavender, or I might add frankincense to just kind of like help it absorb on that end. But I really find it's just gives me that extra tool to get ahead of the stress or whatever's coming my way. But also, if you forget, then you use it afterwards, or you use it when you get a chance. And it could be as little as putting a few drops in your hand, inhaling, or rubbing it onto the back of your neck, that kind of thing. So a little note about ease. And I've been there. When I first got my oils, I was totally like, I don't know where to start. So if this is new for you and you're considering getting started, just give yourself permission to keep it simple. You don't have to use every single oil right away. Starting with one or two, but also, like, just having some simple solutions for using them with your kids is a great idea. So this doTERRA Touch line is excellent for kids. So it's already pre-diluted with a carrier oil. They come in a roller ball, so you can easily apply them, whether it's lavender on their chest or behind their neck before they go to bed, OnGuard on their feet for immunity, peppermint. I use the peppermint more on my temples. Easy Air, you would put on their chest. Your kid's chest, tea tree for any little cuts or bruises, lavender too. You do that for bug bites or skin irritations. They also have their other emotional oils in roller balls, which are great for you or for your kids. I keep Cheer and Forgive in my purse. Peace is one that I use with my older son if he wakes up at night. So you apply it to touch points, back of the neck, wrists, and feet, and it's perfect for people with sensitive skin or little kids or just tired moms who don't want to make your own roller ball. Other little easy hacks. So you get your pack of oils, you get started on your essential oil journey. And then you want to start making cleaning products or hand wash. These are three things I have in my house all the time. So a big thing of baking soda. So get a huge container of baking soda. Castile soap, Dr. Bromer's. You can get it at organic stores. I think Costco sells it if you have a Costco near you. The Dr. Bromer's highly concentrated Castile soap, and white vinegar. So with these three things, and also coarse salt is another one. So I do laundry detergent. I do our home all-purpose cleaner. I do our hand wash. So that if you're thinking like simple supplies to get you started on natural cleaning, those are your three. And then you just add your essential oil to boost it. And the essential oils you would use to boost it would be OnGuard, lemon, tea tree. For our hand wash, I use the Castile soap, water, tea tree, and peppermint are a great combo. So that is that in a wrap. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to order. So if you're already ordering oils from me, you've hit the end of the content. But if you're interested in the ordering side, first of all, if somebody invited you to this class that wasn't me, who does doTERRA, please order through them. I want you to go with the person who introduced you to these oils. And then on the premise of keeping it simple, moms, like, get out of your head. If you're thinking of this and you want to make this leap for yourself, and your family, start with the top 10 starter kits. So the starter kits are, they include top 10 oils, frankincense, lavender, lemon, tea tree, oregano, peppermint, easy air breathe, the Zen Jest, OnGuard, deep blue. And then there's 2 ones that you can choose from. So this one pictured is the Home Essentials. That one comes with the diffuser. It's 15 ml bottles, so the bottles are quite large. There's 250 drops of oil in each bottle, except for the deep blue oil, which is a muscle stiff soothing blend for stiff muscles. So that equals, it's 330 Canadian. But when you add up how many oils you get and all the drops, it's definitely worth it. Plus you get the membership, where if you wanted to get like other ones down the road, you get the 25% off the retail price. Now the Family Essentials has the same 10 oils in it, and they come in 5 ml bottles. So that's 85 drops in a bottle. Again, a great kit. You just have smaller bottles to start with. Now, if you want to get started before the end of the month, there is a great special. So basically the way it works, if you start with one of these kits, and that equals 100 PV Canada. So that's their doTERRA's internal currency. So this is for Canadian orders. And then you sign up for doTERRA's loyalty rewards loyalty rewards plan. So this is probably one of the best plans out there. It's not, you do not have to do it if you don't want to, but if you do 100 PV order in November, you get 100 PV points to use towards free oils. So if you have kind of a wish list going, and say you wanted to invest in some of the touch oils or the Clary Calm or the Balance, like this is, if you got the Home Essentials kit and then set up this order for November with the fractionated coconut oil, a bottle of Clary Calm, a Balance, and a few of the touch ones for your kids, then you would get 100 product points to use after your November order ships. So it's one of those programs that I think first of all, you get points for your shipping, you get 10% back. So you also, when you join the loyalty program, you get points back like Aeroplan, and they start to accumulate really quickly. So if you're committed to this lifestyle and you're committed to using essential oils as a tool, and you want to save dollars while you do it and get free oils, it's a great program for that reason. Now, who I am happy, if I've invited you to this webinar, once you do get your first order, we have a 20-minute wellness consult to go over all of this. The trick is, if you want the 100 PV, you just have to set this up in the system with the November ship date. It will prompt you as you're doing your order. It will prompt you to set that up at the end. And just make sure it's set up before the end of October. So talk to the person who invited you to the webinar if you're confused, or reach out to me and I'll take you through it. So I just want to end with this quote because it's kind of where I come from when I do these things, when I decide that I'm going to do a webinar to talk about essential oils and put myself out there, is that your scars are someone else's signs of hope. So, you know, when I look back at my life of having a child with special needs and just kind of all the journey that I've been through, I hope that you can kind of take away strength from my journey and know that you're not alone in whatever you're going through, and know that there are tools out there. There are you know, different ways to get through it day by day. And, you know, and I hope that you can find a little, I hope that you can find some strength in that, and just to know that you're not alone. And I think as women, we have a duty to kind of step into our intuition, step into our power, as women, as moms, in a greater community to support one another. And thank you for watching. And I know that our time is valuable, and and it takes work to carve out this time. So I just want to thank you again for coming. I'm going to stop the recording. And if, so enjoy your evening or afternoon.